and firing away with the leadership of Canadian guiding them.
Great execute.
Diaz, unfortunately, will not last that much longer as DZ are able to open things up. That actually looks like it might have been a botched smoke, and Nafe will immediately sprint in. Newers amidst the frenzy with 1 kill, but the diffuser is at the halfway point. Nafe still searching for his first kill. As Beaulo guns down Newers, the diffuser goes, and what was still about 2.5 minutes will now go down to 45 seconds. DZ to watch over top of that diffuser. Hat walks on in, but he's been leading the team to success. Where is DZ to get this diffuser? They managed to get it down. The Fenrir of Hat almost gets it done. He was a second away from pulling it off.
We start here on the top floor of Nighthaven Labs, and the desk did accurately point out that DarkZero have struggled on their attack so far. They'd really like to get something going here. They're working their way in through IT. They're working their way down below as well. 2 bodies on the main floor is more than most would utilize for a top floor execute, but they want to be really careful that their buck does not get flanked. Protecting Pambazoo and allowing Pamba to disrupt these angles is so important, largely for those mirror windows, but also just to move out player positions. You see Pamba just baiting to try to get a kill as they tempt him on these angles. But for the moment, it seems like he is not being fed any kills. It'll be very interesting to see where both he and Kobe want to go when this execute does take place.
They'll march in together right now with nobody taking any damage up to this point, and boy oh boy is that timer almost gone. Toxic gas at the top of Fish will stop the advance towards the bomb site. Newers the very first pick, answered back with the bailiff in hand from Beaulo. I don't know how he's able to get a kill on the Gomez from that position. Newers will be the first line of defense, but nobody from DarkZero wants an engagement in that direction. Nafe will now circle around. He's got an opening. Newers continuing to do what he does best, which is kill and kill aplenty. Timer continuing to work against DZ. Newers looking for more than just one. Hat's not far removed as the gas will linger. Newers picked off by Pambazoo. DarkZero has under 10 seconds to pull this one off. Are they able to do it? Will they go for kills? No, it doesn't look like they'll be able to get it done, but they've managed to get the diffuser at the halfway point, and they get it on time before the objective goes down. Saved by the timer. The rest of the supporting cast for OXG has been the big issue. Newers has had some struggles so far. While OXG has undergone a bit of an identity crisis, I feel like since they've made these roster moves, they're still trying to sort through it. And obviously the turmoil that has been well reported on with the actual organization probably hasn't helped them one bit. But Newers is dialed in so far in this matchup, Jesse. 40 seconds off of the clock, and he's already given the opening pick to his team.
Yeah, undoubtedly Newers has been the best player on Oxygen this stage, and I think for a couple of stages now has continued to be their primary performer. Was negative coming into this game, currently +2. That brings him to even overall. We'll see how the rest of this game does progress. Of course, not out of the woods on this round. He is still roaming up towards cargo, can walk down the stairs when he needs to. I think this is going to be a pretty simple round from OXG where they get a one-man... Oh. Okay, well, they are no longer going to have a man advantage up on the roam game. I thought that they could simply fall off after they have that one-man advantage, but they're not really in position. Kobe does end up going down to Gomez. They continue to get aggressive, and Gomez hungry for more. Newers takes down Nafe, and this player in Warehouse, it's Beaulo. No idea of Gomez's position. NJR now in desperation is hitting the site, but he doesn't even have the defuse kit. These players are not going to rotate back to site. Well, they actually are coming down cargo. Looks like they'll get those fights, and they will shut them down. I thought they might just hold the defuse kit top floor, but they said, no, we want that smoke. And yeah, clean them up pretty quickly there.
OXG should be on this position where they can emerge 4-2 after the first half. If OXG doesn't get there, then there are worrying signs because it would be DZ who would have the sides working for them. Newers almost involved in the next altercation, the very first altercation. As Kobe gets picked off, nobody had droned out the door that was shot out earlier on by NJR. And unfortunately, it has resulted in the IQ getting picked off.
DarkZero got to be a little more careful in these early rounds. Every single time, it feels like Newers is somewhere on the map that they don't expect and able to cause chaos, get them a man advantage early. He's doing a great job so far in this game, helping out OXG to have an even score line and be looking to make this one a 2-1 lead. This storage bomb site, of course, is very important to open the IT wall on this site. There are no players from OXG in the basement, so simply getting IT wall, jumping in for a plant, is often a good enough option. Now, the Warden inside of DS will be a big problem. They won't be able to flash him out, but even still, a Blitz sprinting at you, even if you're not blind, is very... it's very concerning, and oftentimes players do still struggle with that. So I like their IT hold right now. Good use of these air jabs. They might even get a free kill on the Clash, but I think she sees the Nomad, and probably Hat will be thinking better of that.
Shield will encroach upon the position of OXG. The team's trade, and the Warden of Diaz is in a very tough position. Somehow manages to beat Beaulo in that engagement. And Diaz is holding court in this spot. Every player from DarkZero has been removed from the map. And in a very similar spot to where he started this map, NJR finds himself on the outside looking in. Newers peeks the window, and NJR's reflexes are a little bit better than you might expect. 3 players to find, including a Clash. That is quite the task for DZ. Diaz with 3 kills to his name. Yaga and Hat still searching for their first kills. Can NJR muster up anything? Will the Clash run into him first? NJR will look for an opening, and I don't know if they saw each other. Well, now they know. Diaz is the Nitro Cell from down below. Yaga and Hat still killless, but it doesn't matter. OXG is the lead, Jesse. If Oxygen can rebuff them before they get to Rafters, DZ will have even more challenges at clearing out Fish and then getting into the bomb site. That deployable shield and the mute of Hat will be the first line of defense for OXG.
And I'll tell you, it's the exact same push that we saw last time. It's going to be Buck and Nomad down below. They're going to walk up those stairs. And, of course, Yaga, the most important player again on that Warden. Not sure what the Rafters pressure is going for right now. Beaulo and IT could be the back pressure that really starts to open up the man advantage. Here he goes with an EMP on the Bulletproof, but he is blind, so he's not able to find a fight, and his teammates are falling top Aqua.
Look at this. Yaga now in this powerful position. Hat on the board. The kills favoring OXG. Kobe's been hurt an awful lot. OXG will get ever more aggressive, and it picks apart these players from DZ. It's all up to Beaulo as he takes down Gomez, but has 3 more targets to find. 10 seconds to go. He sees Diaz, but he can't win the engagement. OXG putting up a very nice first half. 4-2 was what we said is the bare minimum. They're already at 3-1. There will be a lot of chatter about the top 2 teams in NA, Sonics and DarkZero, because of Troy Canadian moving off of DarkZero the way he did, going to Sonics, and showing that his leadership is still just as good. Maybe he just needed a change of scenery. The move has benefited both teams. DarkZero looks like their aggressive players have more freedom than they did when Canadian was on that squad. Sonics looking a bit more disciplined and firing away with the leadership of Canadian guiding them.
Great execute.
Diaz, unfortunately, will not last that much longer as DZ are able to open things up. That actually looks like it might have been a botched smoke, and Nafe will immediately sprint in. Newers amidst the frenzy with 1 kill, but the diffuser is at the halfway point. Nafe still searching for his first kill. As Beaulo guns down Newers, the diffuser goes, and what was still about 2.5 minutes will now go down to 45 seconds. DZ to watch over top of that diffuser. Hat walks on in. Nafe is as good as dead, 0-5. He hasn't exactly been that pronounced on the score sheet, but he's been leading the team to success. Where is DZ to get this diffuser? They managed to get it down. The Fenrir of Hat almost gets it done. He was a second away from pulling it off, but DarkZero stops him in his tracks. This DZ team has explosive potential. It was something I was talking about in the previous round. When you've got players like Beaulo, like Pambazoo, like NJR, and now like Kobilax, as long as they can play their style of game, they can run all over you. When Canadian was on the squad, he preached discipline, which in many ways, I feel like, restrained these DZ players a bit too much. Now with Nafe, there's a lot more freedom there for them to get kills, and NJR is a little bit stuck right now. I don't know.
Yeah, it's unlucky.
Yeah, that's bad. He can't move at this position. If he can't move, don't look at the screen. Don't look at the screen. Don't look.
Okay.
Don't look. Get your eyes away. Don't. We're not. You can't say that. You can't say that on the internet.
Yep. Yeah.
This is a family-friendly broadcast.
All right. You know, sometimes people complain about not being able to see the in-game chat. I appreciate when they can send it mid-round. Viewers get to know exactly what's going on. Gomez tries to help, but he ends up getting punished by Beaulo. He will be the first one to die, and they're going to force and execute Aqua instead, but they're just going into a meat grinder here. Bodies will get exchanged one for another. 2 players left alive, but Hat's able to frag, puts the shield away, up in sight. It's actually Diaz down below who gets caught, so Hat alone up on the top floor, sights down below him. Can he find a 1v3 clutch now? 1v2 technically with NJR, not really in this round.
Bomb located by attack.
Pretty crazy that I think NJR by the, can we just hold on a second? Can you hear us? Can we go to NJR for a second here? Can we just see, is he still out there? Is he still hanging?
I believe he is. I mean, he's just switching between all his gadgets.
He's hanging in there, I believe. Kovacs and Nafe now inside of the bomb site as Hat will make an ungodly racket trying to get back. Diffuser goes down yet again. DarkZero is undefeated when they can get the objective down. Will they make it 3 for 3? That would mean a split first half, which again, those numbers, not great for Oxygen. Hat toiling in this position, having to go around the window, through the door, towards the window, through the door, to the windows, to the walls. And hold on, it's only Nafe inside of the site with 10 seconds left. Nafe looking for kill number 2, and he will find it. NJR is still hanging tight outside of the building. They managed to win the 4v5, which is quite remarkable.
They're going to have less pressure on the bottom floor than DarkZero chose to bring on this site. Instead, the Blitz mostly, or the Buck mostly being used to help out with the Maverick, and it'll be the Blitz to make this space. But watch out for the goo mines as well. That'll really slow the push here from Yaga.
NJR's having an uncharacteristically bad day, and it might get worse. That's Yaga inches away from him, and you know how bad it feels to have a Blitz charging in your direction. Hat's the first casualty as things are going to get messy in the final 30 seconds. Kobe taking an awful lot of damage. His Nitro Cell had gone out. It does not find its target the way that he wanted. But he still does some serious damage, and that's ultimately what caused Hat to die. Nice play from Gomez to eliminate Beaulo. Gomez is looking for more. The kill feed, trading back and forth. DarkZero coming out ahead in this brutal play between them. Now it's Newers pulling off absolute heroics. He's got to extend this timer inside of the site with 1 second to go, but he's going to be a sitting duck. And now it's all up to Nafe to get there in time. Nafe sees him, and very few kills for the captain of DZ, but it doesn't matter as long as they're high value, and an impactful kill for Nafe will give DZ the round, and we are tied yet again. Neither team has used their tactical timeout either, Jesse.
Yeah.
Which means as things get closer to the end, we could see a timeout back-to-back if a 5-5 scoreline or even a 6-6 scoreline ends up happening, and then both teams use their timeouts in OT, but let's get there first. Logic Bomb will go out. DarkZero have the mute jammers scattered about to silence those calls. They're used actually quite quickly, which means OXG doesn't have a lot of value from that gadget. But it looks like the other Logic Bomb will come in at exactly the 1.5 minute mark, as we know it does. So Newers, as long as he stays alive, can use it. And my, he actually almost gets a kill, but he's got too many targets to deal with. He tears strips through Nafe and will be able to secure. Newers was vanquished by Nafe just moments before, and he finds another 13 kills. Newers is fired up. Hat getting Diffuser down. DarkZero has lost the plot on this round. Beaulo will do some serious damage. Pambazoo stopping the Diffuser in its tracks, and what was a great round for OXG has vanished. It's Newers and Yaga. 13 kills for Newers, 2 kills for Yaga. Down goes Kobe to Newers. He is on fire so far, and every kill in this round has been his, Jesse.
So far they have 2v2. Seems very difficult with DarkZero still controlling this top floor. Newers looking to retake up above. Only 35 seconds. Yaga's up there with them on the IT breach, so the fuse gets in sight, but they know how vital that vertical pressure is. Maybe they leave Yaga up there to contest up above while Newers goes for Kit. They got to make a decision soon. They run in up above, but Bolo's got the angle, leaving Newers with an ace to be needed to win this one. He knows how tough it is, but both players have actually rotated down to the bottom floor. The Goo Mine slows him down, and he can reclaim the Diffuse Kit. Time continues to go poorly, though. 7 seconds to get this onto the ground. Pamba sprints on up. That forces him to pull off, and now he's got very little time. They can just play this clock on DZ. Newers in a difficult spot. The Jat coming out, and Pamba eventually shuts it down.
This is the level of dedication that one day may earn you an Esports Awards Color Caster nomination. You've recently switched over to this position. I think the only Siege talent who got nominated, by the way, was Pengu. I don't know if you...
I think so. I don't
think
look.
I mean, obviously, completely undeserved. I don't know how Nick got that, but I mean, like, congratulations to him, I suppose. The actual awards themselves are during the grand finals of Montreal, if my calendar is correct, so it's not like any of us would have been able to attend anyway. Nave dies first. Nave had a great degree of difficulty finding some kills, but then he got on the score sheet, had some very impactful rounds, and then they lost him. They've also lost Panbazoo. Not great for DarkZero with just a little bit over a minute to go. If Beaulo hasn't been droned out of this position, he can do some serious damage. He gets one pick, squares himself up for the next, and through the wall, Yaga finds the kill. Beaulo is no more. OXG regain that two-player numbers advantage, and it's all up to NJR and Kobe-Lax. Kobe-Lax will have to navigate an immense amount of track stingers thrown down by Diaz. All the while, by the way, this bomb site is downstairs. So OXG has been brutalizing DZ up top, but you've actually got to get to the bomb site in order to guard that diffuser in. That's Yaga who's holding on to the objective.
2v4, they had a 2v3 last time, couldn't make it work. Kobe and NJR are trying to clutch this one. Last time it was Kobe and the Nafe. So the ability for them to clutch this seems like it's going to be a little bit more difficult. The push from Auction is exactly the same. It's going to be Exosuit for the brunt of this, but now they also have a Maverick, making it oh so much more difficult on the main breach.
15 seconds remaining. Bomb located by attackers.
You can hear how little time is remaining. Yaga getting diffuser down. Do these DZ players have any opportunity to get on in? A pre-fire from Kobe-Lax. Diaz taking some damage. Down goes Kobe. Nafe, or it's NJR rather, is the last one standing. Seems like this round might just be out of reach, and it sure is. Too many players from OXG staring in your general direction. At that point, you've got to pick your poison. Which one do you want to engage in a 1v1 with? Beaulo's been the real standout performer for DZ. Mirror window broken early, and a Nitro Cell lined up from Beaulo, but does not claim any of the players from OXG. They managed to back away. Again, the key for Oxygen is to have somebody other than Newers getting on the scoreboard. Big rounds from Hat and Gomez. That's important. Yaga in the previous round showed his prowess in terms of killing too. So all of these things work well together to keep OXG in a very competitive position. While some of IT has been opened up, now it's Hat's turn to do some art in a position where he almost gets the wall open, but now he's as good as gone. Panbazoo on the run out, immediately barricading the door behind him, and the pathway for OXG towards the site gets significantly more challenging from this point on.
Panbazoo on the record actually as well for saying that art is stupid and that everybody should be a STEM major. Yep.
Where did he say that?
I have my sources.
Oh.
Coming down, taking out the artistry that was being played out by Hat, and that keeps a lot of these walls very much closed. Yes, they have the EMPs, but bandit tricking still now is a big possibility. They'll have to move on despite what hard breach that they have. It's going to be Yaga down below. Never mind.
Jesse, I'm sorry, I hate to interrupt you, but I can't find where he said that. Could you...
Well, he
said he was on the
No, I said I have my sources.
Oh, of course. I'm sorry. Very sorry to hear that. Gomez dies now to Beaulo at top fish. Diaz is gone as well. And look at the HP on DarkZero. Newers will need to find many kills, but how about one to start with, as Oxygen have been very limp on the entry. But yeah, I mean, at this point, a loss here in regulation would pretty much seal the deal for OXG. It would be near impossible for them to be able to overcome that difference in points. And boy, oh boy, it's not going to be easy in this final round of regulation, as Gomez has died and immediately DZ hits him with the question mark.
Uh-oh. 70% entry on attack, not favoring Gomez this time. Pamba gets that early advantage. They should know that Kobe is lurking somewhere up here as well. This is a bomb site that they've been very successful on, but just based on where Newers is looking, I don't think they have any idea that Kobe is lurking just one room away. They might know, but they might know it's a possibility. But they're very cautious about where he is. They don't necessarily know it. So he has a great opportunity now. He finds a pig. Oh, the flick on a Newers. What was that? Just with a brilliant shot. Hit him with the LOL2. I thought he gave his position away with that first shot, but it doesn't matter if they know where you are if you're hitting insane flicks like that.
That's the best player on OXG in this lobby today. Gone. Pat, Yaga, and Diaz will need to do the rest of the work. And now it's Diaz taking quite a beating. Beaulo picked apart from Yaga. OXG finally on the board as they get closer to the bomb site. It's within reach. Yaga could find a safe spot to plan. Have they droned out NJR in this position? If not, oh my, this is a cheeky spot. Down goes Nafe, and he's just waiting to hear the sound of the diffuser. Yaga plays this one. Nitro Cell goes out. It's shot away. NJR will need to pop up. Yaga's been dropped. It's all up to Diaz as Kobe hits the 3K, and DZ bounce up and down in celebration. They managed to win it in regulation, and all 3 points go to the purple and black team on your screen.